Welcome back, everyone. This is Akanar here with more Elden Ring, where we have finally begun exploring a new zone, Liurnia of the Lakes. We have just barely scratched the surface last time. So much still to explore, and I'm very much looking forward to sinking my teeth into a new area. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've also got a couple of housekeeping items we got to take care of here at the hold, but I also wanted to address something regarding the comments section. We've got a lot of new faces here that are showing up for the Elden Ring playthrough, and it's a lot of fun having you along for the ride, but I need to make sure that we are all on the same page in terms of what I expect regarding no spoilers and no backseating. Basically, because I am trying to do a blind playthrough, I am trying to stay spoiler free, and I could just ignore the comments altogether. The safest, most guaranteed way to make sure that I stay in the dark on everything is to just completely ignore the comments altogether. And then I would also miss out on the fun of getting to interact with the new faces and getting to see your feedback on what you enjoyed about the videos, or maybe what you didn't so much enjoy, the constructive feedback, all of the fun back and forth that there is to be had between myself and the people in the comments, because otherwise, do I really want to sequester myself until I'm completely done with the game 10 years from now and then catch up on all the comments? That doesn't seem like very much fun. So in order for us to have a healthy interaction and back and forth, I think it's important that we're all on the same page in terms of the rules of the road. Please do not, it should go without saying, please do not spoil anything major. Anything that has to do with the storyline of characters, their backstory, their names of characters that we haven't discovered yet, bosses that we haven't discovered yet, zones that we haven't discovered yet, all of that stuff. If the game has not explicitly 100% revealed something to me, don't say anything. Also, if the game has described something, like for instance, we had this, the bell, right? This, I think it's a key item, this spirit calling bell that very clearly in the description does say the monument icon will be visible on the left side of the screen when summoning is possible. However, I did not really fully understand that for quite some time. So please don't clarify anything like that for me. Like, oh, you read it, but you didn't understand it. Still let me try to figure things out. I enjoy the process of being confused, of trying to rectify that confusion and putting the pieces together myself. So, and that also goes for other things in the game when it comes to, I would say in general, I'm not looking for help. If there's a piece of advice or a pointer or a tip that you're thinking of giving, don't. If you're trying to tell me something like, oh, this, fire damage is really good against this particular enemy, please don't say it. Don't tell me or give me suggestions on what weapons might be good for my build, or what weapons I might want to try together in order to get a unique moveset. Yes, I did try the double Uchi-Katana moveset the other day. That was the exception. It is not the rule. In general, I really want to be kind of just playing the game myself. That's kind of, I think I said it the other day, when I start to feel, it's like if you were putting together a puzzle, you got these hundreds or maybe thousands of puzzle pieces that are all sitting in front of you, and you're trying to put them together. And if one person, just one random person, comes by and takes one puzzle piece and puts it where it's supposed to be, maybe it's not the end of the world, but usually it's not just one person, it's going to be another person that puts a puzzle piece where it's supposed to be, and then another person, and then 5 people, and then 10 people. And before you know it, I'm losing the feeling of actually putting the puzzle together myself. Everybody else is just doing it for me. I think I am the exception on this front. I think probably most Let's Players, most YouTubers, streamers are very accepting or very anxious maybe even to have the help and the direction. There's a lot of these little things in a difficult game like Elden Ring that if other people are kind of smoothing out for you, it takes away some of the anxiety or some of the maybe even hassle. I'm just not one of those people. I enjoy the entire process of trying to wrap my brain around everything that is going on in the game. And hopefully, the people that are watching my channel will also enjoy that process of me trying to figure everything out. So don't rob them of that enjoyment either. So going forward, those are the rules of the road. If those comments are there, I will be asking my mods to purge or remove those comments. So if your comment does get removed, please don't take it personally. Just remember that we're trying to keep things spoiler-free, backseating-free, guidance-free. The only guidance that I want really is the guidance of grace. And even that, maybe sometimes I'm a little, well, no, I'll take all the guidance of grace I can get. That I'm not so much anxious about. Hopefully that is clear to everybody, and we're all on the same page going forward. With that out of the way, let us begin the gameplay here. We are going to make a purchase. I've popped a few of my runes, and we're going to buy a couple stone sword keys. We do need to be doing some leveling up of our faith and trying to get to 27 faith, but I do want to buy a couple stone sword keys here. Let's grab a couple of these because there is, I think, a stone sword key to a slot to which we can insert a key down below, and I am curious. I kind of want to see what's there. So let's head over here to... We got such a great gift last time. This amazing... It probably actually is an amazing crossbow. I just don't like crossbows, and so I haven't used it, and I probably will never use it. Who knows? Maybe I will work up... Maybe I will work up the interest to want to try my hand at a crossbow build eventually. But let's go ahead and use a stone sword key here. Oh, okay. You know what I just realized? You know what I just realized? Our character actually just used two, didn't he? It says stone sword key was lost with use. God damn it, we used two. Okay. I think this might be... I just actually watched... I had been thinking about this. There was something in the back of my mind. I finally watched the character, our character, put in two stone sword keys. And man, that is so... It's just a FromSoft thing. Why does the wording not... Like they tell you when you're using 2 golden seeds to upgrade your flask, why would you not say use 2 stone sword keys? How difficult is that to implement in the menu? Instead it says, oh, use a stone sword key. I think this must have been what happened with one of... I don't know if it was the Fringe Folk Hero's Grave or what, but there must have been some set of imp statues at some point that actually accepted 2. Because I think when we inserted the stone sword key here, I think there was one that was already implanted in one of these imps. I'll have to go back and look at the footage. Mystery solved. That's another example, just for the record. This is another example of one of these things where, you know, I might have been... I know I was confused about... Because I thought that I had lost a stone sword key, and this must be what happened. But don't clarify that for me. If there's anybody who's thinking about leaving a comment like, oh, you actually used 2 stone sword keys in this other one, like, I don't want to know that sort of stuff. Let me wonder. Let me be perplexed. It's more fun for me and for the others who like to laugh hilariously at my confusion. All right, treasure chest time. What did we get? An assassin's prayer book. Whoa. Okay, we might have actually unlocked something useful for our build, because a prayer book sounds like incantations. Okay. It looks like maybe this is also the end of the road. We do not have any further stone sword keys to insert in this, maybe in the round table hold at all. Who knows what other... Can we burn ourselves? We have infinite heat resistance, or pot... Infinite pot resistance? I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, let's look at our Assassin's Prayer Book here. See what we got. See exactly what we have picked up Assassin's Rare Book. Oh, we still have this, the Academy Scroll. We can go give this to Selen. I was planning on doing an NPC suite, so we can include that in our items on the list. Give to a learned cleric to acquire new incantations. Prayer Book of the Round Table holds Assassins. Assassin's Approach and Darkness. Okay, let's do that. I'm hoping that we're not screwing up, that we're not... I have a feeling that... What's his name? Corin? I have a feeling that he is going to be a little perturbed. He didn't really like the last set of incantations that we gave him. Just like when we were giving the darker miracles to... What was her name? Irina? In DS3? And it kind of drove her mad. I hope that doesn't happen with Corin here, but we'll find out.
You will then.
I would like to learn some incantations. That is exactly correct.
That is a work of heresy.
I knew he wasn't going to like it.
Incantations bear no lineage from the Erd Tree. Very well. I'll take it off your hands.
Mm-hmm. You know you like it. You know you like all the miracles. Oh, they're here. They are right here. Darkness. Creates area of darkness that conceals caster. 18 faith. We do have that. Incantation of the Two Fingers Servants. As opposed to Incantation of the Two Fingers Faithful. There is a... So there's some details that I have noticed about these incantations that we'll talk about in just a bit. But this one is the Two Fingers Servants, who once served as the assassins of the Round Table Hold. Creates a veil of darkness that conceals the caster. This incantation can be cast while in motion or crouching. So I wonder if this actually does have some utility against NPCs. Like, I'm often reminded of there were quite a few spells in Dark Souls that were meant specifically for PvP, and I thought this might be one of those at first, but who knows? Maybe this actually does have an effect on regular enemies. The assassins were themselves once tarnished, who had strayed from guidance, and they pursued their duty in the darkness that is without grace. And then we have Assassin's Approach. Completely silences the footsteps of the caster, additionally reduces fall damage and the sound produced by falling. These assassins were charged with eliminating Tarnished, who had strayed from guidance. Yo. Goddamn. You you do not want to leave the faith. This is you don't want to have the assassins sent after you. Do not leave the Golden Order. The Golden Order don't fuck around, does it? So this is basically our soft cotton, right? So, that's unfortunate because this is... we only have 3 memory slots. Like, I would much rather... Soft cotton is not that difficult to make. So why would I not just use that? Unless this is more effective somehow. Maybe it lasts longer than soft cotton. That could be a thing. So maybe there is a use case for this. So I would like to pick this up at some point, but I'm not in a super hurry. We will come back to that. Okay, so we at least got something that we can use for our build, as opposed to the crossbow, but I'm not totally sure this was worth 2 stone sword keys if I had realized that it was going to take that. We'll know in the future to look a little more closely at the imp statues.
Golden Order shine through you.
All right, let's go ahead and do a quick NPC sweep here to make sure that we're still not able to talk with... Is it Ensha? I think we got your name. Let's, I don't think that Gideon's going to have anything new.
You. What is it?
He sounds so annoyed. Yeah, this is all stuff that we have read about before. Although we do maybe want to quickly review Renala's.
The Academy of Rea Lucaria lies to Limgrave's north, towering over the mist-laden lands of Liurnia. Renala is queen of the Carian royals, who govern the Academy, and her great rune dwells within the egg she so dearly clutches.
I am curious to learn more about that egg. The egg was a gift from... What were the details on that before? Radagon? We'll keep thinking about what those
The map indicates it will lead you to go.
This is the map. Yeah. This is something I'm thinking about. Maybe making our way over here just to get this off of our list. We might do that at some point. I don't know if we'll do that today, but it's one of these things that I'm thinking about.
Be sure to tell me if you meet a young woman named... She's a servant. She's been my companion.
This is still the same. We'll quickly check with the 2 fingers, but I'm guessing this is all the same. It feels like we're at a point where there has not been any progression, major progression in anybody's dialogue. About Great Ruins is going to be the same. That's going to be nothing new there. I was just to complete my thought about Renala and Radagon. Radagon left, right? He left to become king consort.
Greetings. Are you here for spirit?
King consort, the second husband of America.
Well, I took you for no matter. Lay out your own.
Nothing new from Hugh. Which begs the question, who was Marika's first husband? Who was she married to?
I am pleased to... Would you like me? Now.
Who was her first husband? I had wondered for a minute if maybe Godfrey somehow was Marika's first husband, because we know that her offspring are demigods. So we get our Baldekin's blessing here. Okay, no new dialogue. I just wanted to see if there was anything extra that we would get from Fia. So I had thought that maybe that somehow Godfrey and Marika were betrothed. But then I did also, I was checking my notes and I realized that the finger reader had said, had told us that Godfrey, or Godric, was actually a pretty distant, he was a very distant relation. Almost the runt of the litter or something. So it didn't sound like Godric is actually a direct descendant of Marika. He's somehow, I think the idea is that Godfrey, his descendants were also demigods. Both Marika and Godfrey had demigods. Because demigod is supposed to mean like part god, right? Like that's the idea, is that you had a god who mated with a mortal and they had a demigod. Isn't that what it's supposed to be? Let's quickly check with Yura. I don't think there's going to be anything different with him, but we'll just make sure. And then we do want to head over to Selen, I just remembered, and turn in our scroll. But let's head over here. Check in with Yura. It's been a minute. Grab our butterflies.
You must not forget, though, those who partake.
Yeah, same as before.
Gates burst.
Same as before. Okay, floodgates bursting with eternal torment for Dragon Communion. So far, we haven't felt that, even though we've been communing away. That Dragonfire is a pretty nice spell that I do want to be using quite a bit more of, in some circumstances, because it felt like against the Tree Spirit, it was really effective. Maybe because fire is effective against Tree Spirits, but also maybe because there's like a big hitbox thing. Like maybe Dragonfire is like proccing multiple times through a big hitbox. Whatever the case may be, it's definitely got its uses.
There you are, my apprentice. Shall we commence the lesson?
We can give the scroll. Did we want to check the scroll one more time? I don't think so. We can just turn this in. Give the Academy scroll.
Is that a scroll? Takes me back to my academy days. Very well. This is sorcery with which I'm not entirely unfamiliar. I'll be sure to incorporate it into one of your lessons. Never lose that inquisitive spirit, my apprentice.
I do love her accent. Selen is an interesting one. I suppose I should have checked to see what we were adding here, because that would have... I don't remember. It's been so long. I don't exactly remember which spells were here before. Maybe it's these scholars. I think these were here. The Glint Blade and the Carrion Slicer. I feel like I remember those icons. But I don't think these were here. One of the glintstone sorceries of the Academy of Rea Lucaria, the Scholar's Armament. Looks like... yeah, it's magic weapon. Enchants armament held in the right hand with magic affinity attacks. Sorcery can be cast while in motion. Taught to the Knights of the Cuckoo by the Academy as payment for their contract. What a name. Knights of the Cuckoo. They really wanted to strike fear in the hearts of their enemies. Because who wouldn't run in terror at the Knights of the Cuckoo? Magic weapon and magic shield. Which I don't know if I've ever done. I did like a dark weapon build in New Game Plus on DS2. That's about as close as I've come. I've never done a magic weapon build. And magic shield, it gives it additional damage negation, but I think in Dark Souls it also increased the stability. I wonder if it would do that here. That reminds me, the Cuckoo. By the way, I did put Mimic's Veil on the bar because I kind of wanted to play around with Mimic's Veil and see what we would get in other situations. Oh my. Well, okay, so we can turn into one of these things. That's cool. Okay. Not awkward at all. Just don't mind me. Okay, well, I'm going to try. I'm going to leave this on the bar so that we can. Oh, you can just reuse it. Yeah, this is what I thought would be the case. I thought there would probably be different variations. This is a very... okay, I was wondering if it would... if it was tall enough where it would, like, keep us from entering. We would be hitting our heads on the doorway here, but not so much. There is a... as there was in DS3, there is a variety of concealments that you can have with the Mimic's Veil, and could potentially have some humorous effects in various locations, which... I don't always... my mind is so very focused on optimizing build and optimizing play style and how to effectively navigate the environment that these sorts of items I often just completely put out of thought because, oh, this is just a funny item. But I have to remember, we are playing this on YouTube and we want to have some fun too, right? We're having fun no matter what. What I was going to remember, or what I had made a note to remember, is that we also did pick up this crafting item, Cuckoo Glintstone, and we didn't check the description. Lump of broken glintstone enwreathed with magic power, a faux sorcery used by the Knights of the Cuckoo. Launch straight ahead using FP, a magic bolt springs forth from the point of impact. Cool, cool, cool. We also did not read the map. We picked up the Limgrave map, but we never read it. It's in key items. Did I say Limgrave or Liurnia? The map of Liurnia's eastern region. The majority of Liurnia, known for its vast forests and ever-present fog, is sinking into a lake. The eastern coast is home to a high road running north and south. Lots to explore along that high road, and we will be doing that. There was something else that I was thinking of. Yeah, we scrolled over here to this. We have this Flask of Wondrous Physic. I think I did look this up to make sure. It is Physic. It's just one of these old English words that I never quite know how to pronounce without having to look it up. But the clue that this was giving us remains in the Third Church of America north of the Mistwood. Do we actually have any other... let me check my notes real quick on Mistwood. Do I have any... if I go to my notes here... do I have anything for Mistwood? No recent items match your search. Okay. I try to keep notes on interesting bits of dialogue or item descriptions, but apparently I don't have anything on Mistwood, so we really don't know for sure where this is. It says cross the highway bridge and follow the animal trail north. I had wondered if maybe we do know where this is. One potential is that this is the highway bridge, and we could turn here north, and maybe this is the animal trail. I had wondered that because this is where Dee told us to go to get to the beast clergyman. So maybe we might explore here at some point. Or maybe we could explore here, like maybe going here and going north or something. I don't know. Like, these are the only bridges that I could think of, but this is Saints Bridge. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked thinking a little bit about some other stuff that we will check out eventually. I also want to make our way back to the Fringe Folk Heroes Grave at some point, but we will be getting to those later. Do I want to go to any of our... I'm not going to go to any of the merchants. What I am going to do is go to the first step and quickly check the note. I want to check this note again that was left by Vare. Because I think he did mention Liurnia. Find yourself maidenless. Off to Liurnia with you then. Seek the Rose Church west of the Gate Town. Okay, we still don't know where either of those are, but we will stay on the lookout for those. Rose Church and Gate Town. It is very nice not to see that golden armored asshole patrolling around this area anymore. Feels good. Let's go. I don't think we're going to check in with Bach or... I think... Oh, I know what I wanted to do. Let's check in with the Finger Reader Crone. Because I do want to make my way to the other side of this bridge eventually. But I also wanted to review her dialogue. Let's check in with the Finger Reader Crone one more time. Maybe she'll even have something new. There might even be something new. I doubt it. But at the very least, I need to remember what her dialogue was. Let's remind ourselves here what was going on with the Finger Reader Crone. Let's also make sure that we're not getting stalked by the bats here. I think it's going to leave us alone. Hello once again.
You, please, your...
This is probably going to give the same information.
Yes, you. Head to the foundation of gold tarnished. Traverse Rhea Lucaria, glintstone eventide, and reunite the half crescents at the grand lift. Oh, but the bridge is collapsed and cannot be crossed. Only, why should that matter? Stormvale Castle still stands tall.
Traverse Rhea Lucaria, glintstone eventide. Reunite the half crescents at the grand lift. I think the last part of what she says, Stormvale Castle, that we know now, Stormvale Castle leads out into Liurnia. So that's what that's all about. The rest of it, no clue. we gotta do more exploring and figure out what is going on with all of that. So at some point, we are going to make our way to this side of the bridge. And it looks like we have to, I think, if we look over here, if we go to this site of grace, I love that piece of artwork there. Very curious to know what the story is with that loading screen eventually. But if we look over here, I don't think it's too far for us to just drop down. Or is it? I just now have seen a gravestone crop. Oh, maybe there is a way for us to fall down. There is. Oh, shit. Okay, I had not seen this before. I had been looking at this off camera, and I had failed to notice the fact that there are, in fact, gravestones, and you can see them actually. They're just ever so slightly shown in the artwork on the map. But there is one of them right there. Okay, cool. So let's set that there. We're not going to go here just yet. The first place that I want to go Now that we have gotten all of our housekeeping out of the way, which I know you all enjoy, I always get a little bit nervous about, like, I'm looking at my little stopwatch that I have running while I'm recording and like, oh man, we really need to get to the action here. But this is the thing, we're playing the game. It's all part of the action. The housekeeping and the NPC sweeps, figuring out things, speculating, all that stuff is just part of the game. And you all are here for it. So it's all just part of the fun. What I had been looking at the other day, we had done our little parkour over here to get to this item, but I had also, off camera, been looking a little bit more and realizing there's a bit more to these ledges that maybe will allow us to be even more fancy with our parkour and maybe allow us to get up to where we were trying to get. Maybe not. It was enough for me to want to give some attempts here. Ah, I forgot for a second. We have a lantern that we have to turn on, and maybe that will give us a little help here. The torch might even be better to light our way, but I had been wondering if there was a way. I don't think I can go directly. Could I get directly up to this? I'm calling it a gravestone because that's kind of what it looks like. Oh, okay. Let's try that again. Look like maybe we might be able to do this. Shit. Because if this is the case, if I am able to just get up here, then that would be an Everjail potentially that we could start our adventure with. But I need to figure out where to go from here. There's no ledge to jump to in this direction, I don't think. Like, I have this little spot that's directly next to me that I can kind of stand on. Not really. Okay. All right, there is the wonkiness of Elden Ring platforms. There are some places here that might not initially seem like you could stand on. And yet the game does allow you to get away with it. But you kind of maybe just need to not hesitate. There you go. There we go. Okay. Now, the only the only problem here is there is a Statue of America. Okay, I see that there's a Statue of America. That solves our problem. Malefactor's Everjail. Malefactor. Okay. There's also a Spirit Spring over here, isn't there? So that might even make this even easier. So there's a Spirit Spring that just gets us up. Okay. I didn't even need to do all that fancy parkour. Can we mark this with a just a marker? What would we use for Spirit Spring? That's a plant, obviously, but it could also be thought of as some sort of like updraft. Yes, just don't stare at it too closely. This makes sense to me. Okay, either way, we do have a Statue of America. We have no souls, and I don't know if we have the right spells for this, but I put rejection on my bar because I was like, I want to play around more with rejection, but it might not actually be great against an Everjail fight. But we'll find out. We will see what happens here. Either way, let's find out what is in the Malefactor's Everjail. Do we have another Crucible Knight? What am I seeing over here to the right? What is this? You can pick up a golden rune. Okay, that was distracting to me. We have Adan, Thief of Fire, who is wielding a flail. Bring me my flail. Also, you are wearing... Is that Smo's armor? Okay, you have a huge meteor of... Wow. Okay, that is an attack. Let's see how you like Black Flame Fireball. reasonable. It's actually pretty good. Yeah, the Black Flame Fireball is working pretty well against you. You have a very wonky bit of armor. This armor set is hilarious because it really... Wow, you hit actually very hard. I really need to drink a flask. We also need to do a little bit better about baiting you into an attack, because you do roll through our fireballs. Yeah. I wonder if rejection would work. Would rejection work against this kind of an enemy? I don't have any practice with this spell, so this could be a terrible mistake. Does work. What in the world are you doing? You've got a... That was a fancy dance. Did you just heal? Okay. So they do have a flask. We should be going in to hit them when they start casting. Our unsheath is working pretty well. We're getting to the beating them to the punch. Okay, Adan, Thief of Fire. Who did you steal the fire from? Blame of the Fell God. We get an incantation out of this. The cool fireball incantation that they were using. Okay. Not the worst fight. Definitely not a Crucible Knight. I'll take a first try on a fight anytime. And especially when it rewards us with an incantation. Let's check it out. We need 41 faith. Mother. Summons Raging Fireball that explodes and sets the area ablaze. I do really want to try this spell, though. It uses 2 memory slots. My goodness. Okay, this is a legendary incantation. One of several that draws directly from the power of the fire giants. That person definitely was not a fire giant. And if they were stealing incantations from fire giants, maybe they were also stealing Smo's armor. And maybe they were also stealing... I didn't get a great look at whatever they were wearing as a headpiece. They might have also gone and stolen poor... gosh, what was his name? Bring me my flail. What was his name? Sister Frida's ward. Anyway, releases a ball of raging fire said to be inhabited by a fell god. The fireball floats toward enemies and explodes, setting the area ablaze. Arganthy, the chief guardian of the flame, had kept this incantation a well-kept secret until it was stolen by Adan. The fell god still lurks within the fire giants. Chief guardian of the flame. Flame, dear flame. Arganthy. Okay, cool. Well, that was a fun little encounter, and we have a way... We now know that there is a spirit spring over there that can get us back up onto this portion of the platform, and we can, at some point, maybe begin exploring in this direction. But for now, we are going to head back over here where we saw that we can actually drop down to the other side of the bridge, because I want to explore in that direction. So let's do so. Let's get over here. Because this is a really, like, this is the way that I love, as you saw with the exploration in Limgrave. I love it when we can, like, start in one corner of a zone and work our way progressively out from there. And just, it's just, in a game like this, I have to keep things segmented. Otherwise, I just feel anxious and overwhelmed. And so that's how I keep things organized. I try not to go into more than one zone at a time. And when I'm in this zone, I try to keep everything focused in one area at a time. That's how we do it. It is my method. Maybe it is most people's methods. I don't know how. Most people... This is a long way down, isn't it? This is actually a long way down. Oh, but there's one over here. That is a shorter fall. Does the soft cotton work if we are on torrent? I have it in my menu over here. Let's get torrent out. Might have some silly science here to start our adventure, but I'm curious to see. It does give it to torrent. Okay, the animation is applied to torrent's hooves. So let's see if this gets us places. Okay, cool. Cool. All right. I love it. I love it. It already ran out, but I think this maybe is... Some of these might have been falls that we just don't need the soft cotton for, but better safe than sorry. Some herba. Cool, cool, cool. I'm going to be a little more cautious here about randomly falling off and flying off cliffs today. At least we will try. We will try. Every time I look at the Erd tree. Every time. Just gorgeous. I did sort of forget to set it to nighttime. I had talked about maybe making nighttime the default exploration mode. So, we're here in the morning. We might be missing some stuff that we would otherwise be finding at night. But that's what backtracking's for. Alright. Row of fruit, mushrooms, the standard fare. Nothing crazy so far. Let's go ahead and get back on torrent. And, looks like also some relatively known enemies. Although one of these guys here... No, it's just the guys with the red and blue armor. The slight different variation of Godrick's crew. Wait, did one of them have a sorcery? Oh my gosh, some of them, they do have sorceries. Wow. Okay, so they got some new tricks. They got some new... What about if we used rejection here? Nope. Let's just use a flask. Let's just use a flask. Hold on. Wow, he actually blocked that. Okay. He was guarding. That shouldn't be too surprising. These sorceries that these guys are pulling out, though. Catching me a little bit off guard. Especially these guys, right? The soldiers, you don't think of them as the sorcerer types. Alright. Alright, we're taking care of business here. We're making it through. Slowly but surely. Some of these guys... We get a foot soldier helmet, okay. For some reason, their headgear was making me think of the, those weird, like, childlike people that were in that one, it wasn't the Nightmare Frontier, but the Mensis, the Nightmare of Mensis. Those weird little short guys. I don't know why that was making me think of them. Something about this headpiece. Oh, very descriptive. Widely used to foot soldiers in a lord's army. Cool. Excellent. Just what I wanted to... Just what I wanted to know. Oh, there is a troll over here. All right. Does this one have a... This one looks like he has a massive spike sticking through him. Oh, and there's a wagon down here. Okay. I am out of juice. Hold on. Hold on. By the way, something that I have noticed when I cast my spells, there's like a little signature that shows up. And each of the I didn't really take advantage of that. I was thinking there might be a riposte, but I forgot sometimes they don't give you a riposte. But they do. They do try to guard themselves from future attacks. But when I cast the fireball, like the two Godskin incantations, is it Godskin or Godslayer? I'm not sure. They have a different signature than when you cast spells like your healing spells. Trying to finish him off with the sword. I should have just go with a fireball, but it's fine. It's fine. That's right, he gives us 2 flasks back. But when you cast your urgent heal miracle, for example, this one gives like there's like a little double circle signature that shows up on the ground. And I think rejection also does the same thing, except this one happens like around your character instead of on the ground. You get the double circles, which I think is meant to be like those. That's an indication of like the 2 fingers faithful, as opposed to what is it called? Godskin Apostles, right. So each family of incantations, Sinister Prophecy, these ones I'll be curious to see because I'm guessing they'll have their own signature. The Dragon Communion, just a cool little detail that I had finally kind of been noticing, like, each of these spells looks a little bit different when you cast them. We got a trail of bodies here. Oh, I think I understand. That the troll had finally broken free. That's interesting. We saw that the trolls were carrying these wagons back in Limgrave, and it looks like this was the same case in this situation, except this troll had broken free and had slaughtered the entourage. I think that's what I am surmising here. Do we have access to a chest? We do. And it is not a trap. Gives us a tree spear. Tree spear. Also a weapon that we're not like terribly far away. There's quite a few of these that we're just a few points away from being able to properly equip. This one does deal holy damage, and it scales with faith, just like the Golden Halberd. The halberd might be a little more within our reach because there is always the option of like 2-handing weapons and increasing your strength, which you cannot really do with dexterity, I don't think. So dexterity, we'd have to level all the way to 22. Anyway, golden spear with tree-like design, wielded by knights employed as palace guards in the royal capital of Leyendell. Deals holy damage. Requiring superior dexterity to wield, this great spear can perform consecutive thrust attacks despite its larger size. And its skill is Sacred Order. Skill of the Golden Order Fundamentalist Knights. Perform a salute and grant the armament Holy Essence. Highly effective against those who live in death. Also, that highly effective against those who live in death is also something that is a part of our holy water pots. Highly effective against those who live in death, even preventing them from rising again. So we have to remember when we run into some more skeletons to try these out. Okay. I don't always try out these weapons just because a lot of them we can't effectively wield, but you can still get a sense of the moveset. And so I should probably do that from time to time just to have a little bit of fun. Yeah. Feels very much like a normal spear moveset. Does it let us try to do... Yeah, like it doesn't actually cast the Sacred Order or whatever the skill is. That's a cool little pose, though. Ooh, a little double thrust there with a charge. I also have to remember there are these backstep moves, which I had done a fair bit of in Bloodborne, and I kind of forgot that they were a thing in DS3, and it looks like they are back. They are a thing once again in Elden Ring, so maybe we'll try to make a little more, because they can have some cool like backstep and then running forward to close the distance. Can have some add a little bit of cool variety to your moves. All right. Is this a firefly? Silver firefly. Long time since we picked up one of those. All right. Is there anything here other than falling to my doom? What do we have here? We've been over there. That's how we originally got to Liurnia. That's the other side of the Finger Reader Crone Bridge. I'm not seeing a Spirit Spring, and it also doesn't look like that is traversable down there. I thought at first maybe those were like platforms that we could fall down to, but it doesn't seem like there's anything to get to down there. They're usually pretty good about cluing you in on things that you're supposed to try to get to, showing you that there's items to get, or destructible items, destructible barrels, destructible boxes. Nothing of that sort there. So I think it's time for us to start making our way back into the remainder of Liurnia. Oh, those are just skulls. Okay. It was very strange. I was caught off guard by the fact that there was one of these little glowing skulls that gives us golden runes. That was inside of that fight. The fight with Adan, the Thief of Fire. That was a weird one. Did not know. I don't remember seeing that in either the Bloodhound or the Crucible Knight fight. An interesting little detail. Scouring around, making sure, trying to make sure that we don't miss anything. Is there anything on the map that looks of interest? Nothing too terribly interesting here, so let's start making our way back. Grab the ever-important row of fruit, which you never want to miss. This part is shown on the map. This part that is... yeah, down there to the right. So we have to make our way around and down. Another group of dudes on the road. Can we hit them with a little AoE damage, splash damage? Yes, a 3-for-1. Hell yeah. And they give us some flasks. Awesome. You'll love to see it. What I also love to see is a Site of Grace. Aha, I just noticed that. Let's go. We are just touching the grace here. We are not resting because we are full on flasks, so that's good. What in the world am I seeing here? The hell is going on with these guys? Double bows. Dual wielding bows. And then what kind of cage? Oh, they also have 4 arms. So they have like a cage. I see. So with 4 arms, you get to wield 2 bows. I was thinking to myself, how do you dual wield bows? it helps to have double the arms. Okay, this is a wild outfit. There's also like, is this a balloon over here? The hell is this thing? It is a balloon, isn't it? Okay, we'll take a closer look at that, but we're going to deal with... Do we fight fire with fire here? Oh my god, they actually have a good amount of health. They actually have a sizable amount of health. Okay, so... And they go rapid fire on the bows. Alright. They had a lot more health than I was expecting. Let's try Black Flame and see what we get. I am loving this Black Flame spell. It's more mana intensive, but it is so much fun. It just looks too dang cool. Oh, and it is also super effective against them. Okay. Our arrows don't really do jack shit. I think I did switch to the cheaper arrows, so that might be one thing. We might want to switch to... Let's switch to the Firebone arrows and see how those do. We've got those and the Stormhawk arrows. Okay, so there's another balloon over here. Is that... It is something I can target. I'm looking at it a little more closely, and it feels like... It kind of feels like a dragon's wing. Like these... I don't know if these are claws or like it feels like there's a wing or something that has been wrapped around. Maybe that's how the balloon has been constructed, from like a dead dragon. They've wrapped it in dragon's wing. Okay. So let's use our bow again. Golden Rune 6. I'm guessing... Well, let's just find out. Is that our first Golden Rune 6? 2,000 runes. I think this is a new description, too. Those born at the foot of the Erd Tree are blessed. At least that is the enduring belief of the people of the plateau. So those give little golden runes, huh? Oh, we have a group of 3 of these guys over here. And another 3 over here. So these guys are roaming about. The the four-armed... What are we going to call these guys? They are funny as hell. But they died a Black Flame Fireball, and that's good. Yeah, that is... We still need to make our way... That's a... The game is good about cluing you in when there is an enemy hunting you down. Because otherwise, that enemy might have just, you know, scared me to death off the cliff. But the music slightly changed, and there was a little bit of the doggy sounds. But the fact that the music changed, that subtle music change, clues you in on when you are in combat. And so I immediately was like, wait a second, what the hell's happening here? Just a doggo. All right, let's get some splash damage here. We'll go on this guy. Yes. Yes, I love the little trickle damage. The little trickle damage that does them in. This guy's like, what the fuck just happened? Oh, I'm dead. Thank you for the arrows. The four-armed, dual-wielding archers drop arrows. Shocker. Lots of ruin fragments, lots of glowing skulls around here. I don't know if it's more than usual. But I also have not really been... I've spent so much time exploring in Stormvale Castle. This guy actually has double spears. Huh. Oops. Uh oh, there's doggos there too. I just now realized. Kind of easier to fight some enemies when you're not on horseback. Because they're just a little too mobile. Your mobility combined with the enemy's mobility can just make things a little bit too hectic. And it's just easier to get the old guard counter. Okay. Let's drink. That is not my casting. Okay, this guy's on to me, so let's take care of him first. Ooh, he has a little more health. Oh my god, what is he doing? Dude was going berserk. What the actual hell? I ran right into that. That was amazing. That was actually amazing. Whatever the hell he was doing, he was just going ham. This guy too, like they just start going into berserk mode and they're like, oh, these guys are hilarious. I love it. They sure are cagey, aren't they? All right, we had the other balloon over here. And another Golden Rune 6. I'm guessing those are not going to respawn. I would be kind of surprised if those did. We had this ruin that was on the map, and I think we already dealt with the guys on here. Okay, so that's been taken care of. Let's go see who is at the campfire over here. It's another enemy, or is it an NPC? It looks like an enemy. Yeah. And another enemy? Or just an animal? It is an enemy. Using some fire arrows here. Haven't used too many of these. Actually pretty good against the dogs. As long as you have distance. You do need appropriate distance. I don't have my Crimson Dagger on. Maybe I should do that. Get some health back. There's another guy over here for us to do that with. So let's go ahead and we'll leave jump attacks. Jump attacks. Maybe, in fact, it would be better to just switch to the horseback attacks while we're out here in the open world. But we'll leave Crimson Dagger on so we do get some Stormhawk feathers lying around. Okay. Can we actually climb up this? Kind of. Yes, we can. Anything to find up here? Surprisingly, no. Okay. Thought for sure there would have been some loot up here. Maybe there was some loot on the other side, down below. There is so much to take in. Like, it's just, it is so much fun to be exploring this open world, and it is also so overwhelming. Like, you're, like, even in an area like this that is not particularly dense with enemies or even just creatures or critters to be able to farm, it just feels like still there's so many different things to focus your attention on. Here's another group of the berserkers, the cagey berserkers. There are a lot of you to deal with down there. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to First of all, take out this guy down here. And get my health back. Get some health back with the old backstab. And then we will use one of our flasks so that we can get that replenished when we hopefully take out the group here down below. Where were they? Where were those crazy dudes? Here they are. Try to aim for the middle of the pack as much as possible. Or the head of the pack, maybe. Nice. Nice. When they've got their backs turned, they're much more vulnerable. Oh my god, he wore himself out. So we've seen the spear versions, the bow wielding versions, and now the sword wielding versions. They all have their own variety of just going into... It's almost like they're having a seizure. Get a few little beast bones over here while we're at it. All right, I think we are covering this area pretty thoroughly. Let's take a look at the map again here. Eventually, I want to be making my way over to here so that I can check down in this little ravine by the cliffside. But let's make sure that there are some ruins here, it looks like, as we go down to the lake. What we'll maybe do is we'll try to steer clear of those and just make our way around to here eventually. So let's head back over in this direction. Oh, the sun setting is creating a gorgeous reflection on the water. That is just so cool. Awesome. Oh, this is... I hadn't noticed this before, but there's like a hollowed out area under here. Oh my, so there's like an entire cavern underneath wherever this is. I feel like this is hidden by the fog, isn't it? This is technically enshrouded in the fog. So there's another map apparently that we need to reveal that. We're already up to 8,600 runes here. What else is there to find? What else to scout out? As I am returning to my... Okay, here's the ruins down here. As I said, we'll steer clear of those for the moment. Trying to return and get back into the thorough exploration open world mode, which we were definitely doing in Stormveil Castle. And Stormveil Castle was so much fun. It really is a brilliantly designed area that wouldn't necessarily have to be in an open world game, right? That could definitely have been an area in Dark Souls. And it was in some ways, a lot of ways, reminiscent of the high wall, the verticality, but it really just takes it to a whole new level when you are allowed to explore. When you're allowed to use the jump button is really what I meant to say. When you have a dedicated jump button, your ability to traverse the terrain in a castle setting. Okay, there is a site of grace over here, and there's something else as well. What is that? What is that? Is that an NPC? Or is it an enemy? There are also some sort of... Oh my! Oh, that's a face, isn't it? Holy shit, there is a face there. That is creepy as hell. I was going to say bones. There are some fossils, but it's... That's always my instinct when I see, like, what are... It looked like those... What is it, a horn? Yo, wait a second. Why is Radon coming to mind? We need to get a closer look at this. And we need to get that site of grace. So maybe we'll make a beeline for that. I feel like we have pretty much explored everything there is. There wasn't too much to find in this first little segment of the map. What is this? This... We saw something very similar to this in Limgrave, did we not? Is this... There is an inscription here. I think there's an inscription. Can I read it? There we go. Hold on. Torrent is not in the reading mood, apparently. Okay, this marks Melania's southward march. The Blade of Mikola and her clean-wrought knights grant her wings never to be clipped. Her clean-wrought knights. That's a very different... That has a very different connotation than Scarlet Rot. Clean Rot. Are these different versions of Rot, or is this like a positive spin being put on the Scarlet Rot? In other words, are they framing the titling of the Clean Rot Knights? Are they framing it in such a way to make it sound like it's a good thing? Whereas to most other people, it's like, that's the Scarlet Rot, that's the bad shit. Her Clean Rot Knights, the Blade of Mikola, Melania's southward march. So the other place that we found this was down here, wasn't it? Somewhere in this area. And it had to do with Godric, right? Godric had been brought low, made to kneel before the Blade of Mikola. So she was on a southward march. This is cool that we're kind of getting these little signposts. Oh man, look at that view. Jesus Christ. Thumbnail, anyone? Goddamn. So dang cool. But these indications of what's going on with Melania, snippets of her story, I like it. Fascinating. Let's get the Side of Grace. And then maybe take a closer look at what is going on over here. I'm also seeing some people in combat. Some of Godric's soldiers fighting some apparitions. What is going on here? Okay, this is now that we get a little bit closer. This is one of those spirits that we've been talking to, right? The one that we saw way back in the Cave of Knowledge. I'm guessing it's not going to actually talk to us. Ah, the puppets. The puppets besiege us. The puppets. What the hell? The puppets besiege us. Is that what those guys in the cage are? In the cagey enemies? Are they puppets? They do kind of have, now that I think of it, there is a little bit of a puppet-like feel. Or is he talking about something else? So here is this... Dude, that is so fucking creepy. Oh my god, the green circle around the pupils here. Yo, what the fuck? Why does it make me think of Radon, though? It's just because it's like a giant face. It may have nothing to do with Radon. Here's another one. They kind of have... Okay, so these are tusks, aren't they? Kind of like trolls from World of Warcraft. And maybe Radon also has the tusks. I'd like to look at his... Maybe take a look at him again from one of the cutscenes. All right, we do have the ability to summon here. Is this where we want to go? I don't know that I want to go here just yet. Let's keep exploring over in this direction. And then we will make our way to the battle that is taking place there. But let's just... ooh, okay. We have maybe found our way to a dungeon. Or a catacombs. Examine. Guide and gatekeeper for those returning to the roots. There is what appears to be a catacombs in this direction. Cool. So That feels like an okay place for us to focus our attention. So let's do that. While we keep an eye out for any potential secrets or any other little details that might be stashed around the cliffs. Just keeping an eye out, as we always try to do. So we've got another Memorial of Swords, another sword outpost detailing Melania's adventures. We have also talk of puppets. What the hell's going on with that? Starting to get some hints of what might be going on here in Liurnia. Hi. Oh boy. What's the deal with the fog? Ooh, I'm getting close to a cliff, aren't I? I thought it might be easier to fight off horseback. But there is quite a number of you. And I don't know what that... It might be a Lloyd's Talisman effect. That's what I was hoping to get. I wanted to get some health back. So I'm starting to get a little bit low on health here. That's kind of a cool little stab downwards for the critical hit. Fighting on the incline here is giving us a little bit of difficulty. Okay, sapping back the health that we had lost to... what type of enemy is this? It's another new one. Maybe these are the puppets. Hard to see. They weren't quite as wacky as the forearm dudes. But they don't... they're not to be trifled with, just like any enemy. You always got to be on the lookout. Always got to be ready for battle, no matter what. Never underestimate your foes, no matter how small they might be. Sunflowers are good. Sunflowers help us make holy urns, I believe. Okay, let's get back on Torrent. Check the map again as well. There's nothing really detailed here on the map. We're just slowly making our way down to the catacombs. We can use some fireballs probably. Ooh, there's another one over here. That worked out. Staying on horseback, it's a little tough to they're a little hard to hit because they're so short. And it's also a little hard to see nighttime. All that jazz. I have a feeling there might be some different things stashed in the little cubby holes here, so I might explore this a little more thoroughly on the way back up. But for now, let's head for... What is that? Oh, there's somebody in a chair. I thought there was an enemy that was like guarding some loot. It's just a guy in a chair. Just a guy in a chair. Which, who knows? Could jump to life, could explode on me, could be setting a trap for some ambush that's about to happen. A somber smithing stone 2. I'm not sure if those are used to power up boss soul weapons, or another type of special weapon. We haven't experimented with any of those just yet. There was supposed to be a catacombs down here, wasn't there? We need to find where the catacombs door is. And maybe I will need to pull out my torch for that, because my lantern is cool and all, but it is still not the brightest, as we've been told. Where in the hell are these catacombs? Lots of loot here that aha! Here we go. I think we found it. I think we found it. Open sesame. Let me in. We can switch up our runes. The Cliffbottom Catacombs. Very accurate naming. Let's switch out our Lance Talisman here for jump attacks. Or do we want to go guard counters? Guard counters are kind of always pretty solid. So we'll go with that as the default. And I'm not going to rest just yet. Well, it might be nice to level up. But also, it might be nice to unlock... Oh boy, there's an elevator going down here. So there could be gravity deaths. That would definitely be a gravity death. Why don't we level up? Why don't we actually level up here, because we are close... We're in the neighborhood of another skill point, attribute point. So let's pop 2k runes and get that out of the way. We even picked up a couple items that give exactly 2k runes. What are the chances? So we'll level up here before heading into the catacombs. And I think I kind of want to aim for 27 faith. There's an argument to be made for any of these others to continue our very evenly distributed quality/faith build. But I think it makes sense at this point to really try to lean into faith. And hopefully we will eventually find a way to redistribute our attribute points. But for now, we're going to try to aim for 27 faith, because we've got a God Slayer or God Skin seal to think about, as well as 2 of the Crucible incantations, which I want to try. What was that sound? What was that sound? Imps. Who are always waiting around the corner. Always waiting. We should know by this point to be ready for the dang imps. Popping out of the woodwork. We should know to be prepared. Always be prepared. Root resin. Root resin is nice because it does give us more ability to make fire grease, which I probably should just be using more of, because it is something that we could farm very easily. Don't know why I'm activating summoning pools other than to satisfy my OCD. Whoa, what in the world? You got a big old curved sword, don't you? You got a, oh yeah, and you got poise as well. You didn't immediately get guard countered into a stance break. All right. Aha, Grave Glovewort 2. I was wondering when we were going to pick up that second level. I see a big boy in the distance. Yep. Looks like the big boy from Castle Stormvale. And there's also an imp hanging out here. Thinking he's going to avoid detection by just standing still. Huh. Think again. Think again, motherfucker. I hear breathing over in this direction. What the hell? Footsteps above and around. Not so stealthy imps revealing their location. Waiting for this fool to jump down on me. Yeah. Yeah. You think you're sneaky? You think you're sneaky? Motherfucker. These imps. I mean, they're still gonna sneak up on me sometimes, but I am becoming accustomed to your tricks. I'm on to you. The cliffside. Was it cliffside or cliff foot? Cliff base? Catacombs? Whoa! Dang it. Did not get that guy. That would have been a nice little trap to take this guy out with. I saw it right after I stepped on it. I was kind of thinking earlier, I was like, where are the big pressure plates going to be? You just do so much more damage with guard counters. We don't really need the health at this point, but... Still waiting patiently to find our first sus wall. Is it possible that they didn't just get rid of mimics in Elden Ring, but they might have also gotten rid of sus walls? No way, right? Hello. Okay, I had seen this fog wall here, and I thought perhaps this would be a stone sword key, which we do have one of. And it looks like this one is one that only needs one. This one here does look like there is... Yeah, there's already a stone sword key inserted in the bottom imp. So this one would require only one. That guy's gonna see me. Don't want him to see me just yet. I feel like there is an enemy here, though. Yeah. Oh, this guy's laying down. Okay, how do I get a sneak attack on you? Are you okay? You don't look like you're doing so good. Should we just ignore him? No. He's not going to let us ignore him. Ah! I thought I was going to get a... Thought I was going to get a backstab on you. Okay, you do have a lot of health. Don't want you grabbing me. Oh no, there's two of them. Shit. Hold on, don't panic. Try not to panic. Roll out. Roll out. I was kind of wondering if that other guy had gotten in on the mix. Is there another enemy? Yes, there is, but it's just an imp. One enemy at a time, please. Oh my god. God damn it. Okay. We actually kind of need a backstab, don't we? Because the backstab gives us health. You just got to make it through these guys and their combos, and then you do get the backstab. God damn it. I don't have the grab timed very well yet. Motherfucker. No. Yo. Okay. Alrighty. I thought that was going okay, but these guys do have a ton of health. My goodness. And then we had two back to back, and I don't know their moves yet. So we got to do better. The Cliffbottom Catacombs. All right. Our first death of the day at the hands of big boy One of them looked kind of sick. And then he jumped right into action. Probably a good idea to send this lift back up. We really should probably... I mean, it's hard to be aggressive with these guys because they have so many swings. But we weren't triggering any bleeds, and that's the thing, is you kind of need to sustain some level of aggression in order to get those bleeds. Dang it. Yo. Not up to an ideal start here. I might just restart this one, because I already used the flask against these imps, which is not the plan. A glintstone firefly. That's a new one, isn't it? Crafting materials, I assume. Widely found in Liurnia Lake. Firefly whose glowing tail has hardened into glintstone. Alas, now that its tail is glintstone, it can no longer beguile potential mates. Really? Really? Is this like a sign that you are you're an old fogey? The old fogey fireflies who can't they are now out of the dating pool. We're gonna go back up here and we're gonna sit at the bonfire because we need to get off to a better start here in the Cliffbottom Catacombs. Oh, I saw a secret there. Well, let's just get that out of the way then, shall we? Let's take care of that before I forget. I mean, I could have just done this on my way down. I could have just done this while going down here, but we got another grave glovewort too. So that's cool. They haven't given us the, we don't have the ability to just summon our spirit ashes in here yet. That might be something you could do in the boss room. We're probably going to avoid, though, if we can, probably avoid the big sleeping guy. And just take out one of the big... What are they? Ogres? Okay, can we actually, like, not get hit by this guy? They use sorceries, too. I hate that we get knocked back sometimes. Not sometimes, but we usually get knocked back by attacks. And sometimes you get knocked back far enough where you can't get the guard counter. Oh, this does respawn the Grave Violet. There are definitely crafting materials that do not respawn. But I thought that Grave Violet was one of them. Apparently not. Yes. You've got a big wind up there. Big wind up. But your bark is bigger than your bite. I know there's a guy up behind me, but I kind of want to just ignore him for now. What I want to do this time is I want to get this guy to fall down. Aha! Eat it. That almost did not turn me around in time. Alright, I think we are close to back. Close to getting our souls back. There is another glovewort back there, but I don't want to wake up the sleeping giant. Do I want to use a stone sword key? I had forgotten about that part of the equation here. Shit. The guy upstairs. iframes, excuse me. Oh, they stagger from that, huh? Oh, sidestepping my fireballs, are you? Couldn't quite get the backstab there. Whoa, what the fuck? All right, you're out of here. And we have not woken up the dude down below. Now let's catch our breath, first of all, and then deal... Oh, there's two of you motherfuckers. There are two of you. Throwing magic urns at me. Oh, I need fucking FP. The fact that these two are... Well, they don't really have much range on their little magic bombs here, do they? So I can actually be safely out of range of this other guy. There we go. I always got to remember charge attacks do break stance as well. There still is one more stone sword key to buy in the round table hold, so maybe this is a... Okay, so there's a piece of loot there, and maybe a fight. Who knows? There is... there's at least a little bit of a fight. Is this loot worth it? I'm going to go ahead and use a stone sword key here because we can buy one more. We can actually buy two more. There's one from Patch's Belt Bearing, isn't there? Let's use one. This one is, in fact, only one. Okay, and the item glow is actually, it is actually purple. I couldn't see that through the fog. Nox Mirror Helm. What in the hell? It's up here next to the Scarab. Does that mean it has like some wonky effect? Puts us at heavy load. How much heavier is it? It's over twice the weight. Helm fashioned from a crystal looking glass. This thing looks sick. One among the Eternal City's ritual implements. Easily broken and weak against striking attacks. Worn by those committed to high treason, it wards off the intervention of the Greater Will and its vassal fingers. What the hell? Wards off the intervention of the Greater Will. Does it actually do something in that regard? Like somehow it's affecting your ability to interact with the two fingers or something? Because supposedly that's the Greater Will is like this, the overarching... Who knows, the essence that's like guiding the Tarnished and has abandoned the demigods, the shard bearers. Okay, let's at least put this on. Wow. Oh, dude, look at the reflections. Wow. If it, man, is this worth putting on Havel's Ring for? It is so different. It is such a weird... Once we get more Fashion Soul options, I may start to play around a bit more with... Like, that's kind of a cool combination. At some point, we'll start to play the Fashion Souls game maybe a bit more. Boost our faith. That actually keeps us at medium load if we go like this. And it boosts our faith by a point. New outfit time? All right, I don't know if that was worth a stone sword key, but is anything ever worth a stone sword key? Is anything really ever worth it? I also noticed that there's, well, is that a pressure plate? I thought there was a pressure plate right here, but maybe not. Yes. Okay. There was a pressure plate. It just was, yeah, okay. Suspicions were correct. We're picking up the next level of Grave Glovewort, so we got some upgrades we can do pretty soon with Roderica. Not really rolling into walls very much because I've been a little disappointed at the lack of sus walls. Watch me give up. Watch me give up right before there actually is a sus wall to be found. Oh, I see where we are. Was there not an imp up here? This is where we came in, right? They gave us that. Oh, that's the statue that has the lever. Okay, so we need to make our way around here. There is another. I see the pressure plate on the ground. Can I lure some enemies into it? Mostly successful. There's another one here. Might be better for me to just, you know, I kind of need to charge up my health a little bit. So it might have been better for me to go for the guard counter instead of luring him in. What did I just pick up? I was so preoccupied with the enemy that I totally missed what I was supposed to, what I actually just looted. I will look at the footage later. God damn it. Just when I say I'm onto them, just when I am getting confident that I am attuned to their tricks. I kind of saw the one here that was on the wall, and I completely walked by the other one. Golden Room 3. And a Grave Glovewort 3. Hello? Okay. Grave Glovewort 3. So we could potentially upgrade one of our ashes twice. Now, how are we meant to get over there? What have I missed? Must be something that I have missed. Must be some passageway or something that I have overlooked as I try to steer to the sides of these chambers or tunnels. Here? Is this where I should be going? Oh, I totally missed this. A rune arc. Okay. Well, we have an idea now of how those work. So it is good to know that we're going to be looting those here and there throughout the world. It is a bit disappointing still, knowing that those runes are really a temporary effect. Like, they probably make it a lot harder for you to actually die. But it's still Elden Ring. Dying is still commonplace. How are you... It doesn't feel great knowing that you're using such a key item, but then it's potentially at any moment going to be wiped away, its effect. How am I supposed to get here? What am I missing? Where is the path that gets me up here. What have I missed? Was there something on the initial elevator that I was supposed to jump to? I might go back and look at that if I can't figure this out, because the only other thing that I can potentially think of right now is that there might be a passageway in here that I've missed, but I also don't really want to wake this guy up. I don't think there's a tunnel back there that I missed, but I can't say definitively. And right now, I'm probably just overlooking something that's somewhat obvious. But at the moment, the cliff bottom, that seam in the middle of the wall there had me for a moment. I thought, oh, sus wall. Like, at first I had thought maybe there might be a way to, like, if these were a sus wall or something, that I might be able to jump down. But now I am confused. Well, I guess we have to go back to the beginning? What am I failing to consider here? I mean, I feel like I need to drop back down here. Because maybe there's a something to... nothing to the sides here. And then this leads back to the initial elevator, does it not? No, this goes... No, yeah, this is the boss door. And then this goes back to the elevator. So... it eventually gets back to the elevator. Eventually, we did see that there was this ledge. Let's call this back down. There was this ledge that had the glovewort. Is there another ledge somewhere that I am just meant to jump to that I've overlooked? What am I missing? I feel like I would have seen it if it were on this side. This is a confusing one. It's weird though, because like this is supposed to be getting to like a required part of the dungeon. It's not like this is an optional part of the dungeon that we're trying to get to. We're trying to get to the lever that opens the boss room. So it would feel a little strange if it were hidden behind a sus wall. Which we still don't know if they even exist in this game. So I feel like it's just something that I'm... like, did I not go this way? Is this what I have missed? No, I went this way. I went this way, and that leads out here. And then... like, now I'm starting to wonder if there's, like... is there, like, an invisible walkway? Is this a crystal cave situation? What the hell? What the actual hell? Oh, you stay crouched when you roll? Never noticed that before. Oh, that's good to know. Alright, so we didn't wake him up. Surely we're gonna wake him up by doing this, right? But I don't see an opening anywhere here. Like, maybe one of these is a sus wall. And I guess I gotta try that, because I don't know what else to do. He actually doesn't get up, huh? So crouching and rolling apparently don't have the level of sound. Is that what caused him to not wake up there? Well, gosh darn it. I am at a loss, and I feel like we might have to move on because I really don't understand how I'm supposed to get to the end goal here. What? What? Third time's the charm. Ooh, does this guy actually leash? Can we cheese this? I don't know that I want to cheese this, but also if he's going to let us. I don't know what else to do, man, because I can't get to you. I don't know how to get to you. Can you tell me? We'll have a fair fight. I don't mind having a fair fight if you could just tell me how I get to you. How the heck am I supposed to get to you? I think he actually leashes. Okay. So we get some souls from this dude. But that still doesn't solve our problem. How do we solve our problems, man? Yep. Yep. Maybe I need to use the Mimic's Veil and turn into a chair. Maybe that will solve all my problems. Oh. Oh. There's another level to drop down to. Ah, okay. Mystery finally solved. I thought that maybe I was just getting ready to wrap up. I was getting ready to figure out how to bring to conclusion my excursion here into the Cliffbottom Catacombs, but I think maybe I have finally figured it out. We're going to, because we are near the end of our resources here, we are going to be utilizing some fireballs here. And also I will be utilizing some arrows, because we have the arrows to spare. And it may take me a while to get rid of this guy, but I don't exactly have the resources to be... No! Oh my god. Well, never mind. Never mind. What is he doing? What in the world is he doing? His pathing was fucked the hell up. Alright, well, we're gonna have to deal with you. Okay, not too bad. So, now... There was a drop down this whole time. Another Ghost Glovewort 3. I even dropped some prism stones off of the ledge up there, down here, thinking that this was just death. I didn't look closely enough, clearly. All right, let's get our lantern re-equipped, re-enabled here. We are down to the last of our FP. We really have no FP left. There are a couple different ways to go. Oh my god, there is another one of these guys. We only have the 2 crimson tiers, but we have the ability to get the critical hits on these guys. It might be better for me to just avoid this guy altogether if I can. And maybe we'll do that. They're giving us these bushes. Oh my god. He turned around and started patrolling. Or it looked like he was going to start patrolling back in this direction. Prattling Pate, wonderful. Just what I was hoping to pick up. Another Prattling Pate item. Just lovely. There is another path. I see another big boy down at the end there. There's another path over in this direction that I had seen, although maybe it's just this other tunnel. So there are these bushes that they're giving you to kind of play the stealth game against this guy. So you can loot the items. A hefty beast bone, cool. We'll check out that other Prattling Pate item when I'm in a little less danger. Oh, you can actually stay crouched and kind of sprint. There's like a little bit of a faster crouch that you can do. That's cool. So you can stay crouched even when you are rolling or when you are sprinting. There's like a crouched version of each one of them. Okay, now this guy, we actually want to use this trap against. Cool. And maybe we can use it twice. We ate a little bit there. Oops. There we go. There we go. Okay, we didn't get to sap any health from him to top off at the end, but it's okay. We're still alive. Hanging in there. We can probably charge up on some imps. There's probably at least 1 or 2 more imps hiding around here. And now we look like we have, oh my god, a ladder that looks like it's not a fireplace, but it feels like I'm being reminded of Dark Souls 1 and the new Liurnia Ruins ghost house. I am so ready for ghosts to just pop out of the walls at me here. Now, the good news is that the bit of sniping that we did earlier has already taken care of this guy. So we don't have to worry about the last guy on the agenda here. We just have to worry about maybe some imps dropping down on us. Page Ashes. A new set of ashes. Next to the Godric Soldier Ashes, summons a page spirit. Spirit of a page who traveled at the side of the noble he served, using a piercing sword and crossbow to defend his master. One becomes a page merely by accident of being born into obscurity. Nothing is asked of ability, talent, or volition. Okay, another set of ashes to try out. And now that we have a moment, we can also check out. They're going to have a whole set of these, aren't they? Admittedly, that is kind of how I feel right now, after thinking that I was going to have to abandon this dungeon because I couldn't figure out where the hell to go. So I kind of do feel wonderful, if I'm being honest. Twisted clay sculpt in the shape of a human head. Emits a voice that says wonderful. A wistful a wistful fetish that imparts voices and words on an eternal journey. Same as before. Look at that wonderful... The hell am I looking at? Oh joy. I already sniped this guy too. So we can finally pull the lever and open the boss door. Let's go. An old fang. Crafting materials. Do we have those already? We did already pick up an old fang. Found by hunting carnivorous beasts. What carnivorous beasts are down here? Unless this is the big ogres that are stomping around everywhere. Okay. 6,200 souls. It's not quite enough to get to a... we're only dealing with a catacombs boss here. I am so, like, I have this hardwired in my brain to just, to always be thinking about spending all my souls before I go into a boss. It's just like muscle memory. We're about to fight a boss. Spend my souls. I don't think we have to worry about that in this case. Famous last words. We might be up against Crucible Knight here, and our souls are going to be trapped in there for 20 attempts. And of course, you all know what's on the other side of that fog wall. So you might be laughing your asses off thinking, you think you're going to easily get your 6,200 souls back. I think this is an okay... It's just rejection that we still have not been using that much. Maybe I will switch that out for... Dragonfire, maybe? Or the other heal. Actually, we'll go Catch Flame, because maybe we want the quick casting spell. That feels like an okay lineup. And we will jump into the fight here. Finally. The dang Cliffbottom Catacombs were a stumper, but that's just how I roll. Can I... Fuck. Thought I could just run through. No such luck. We'll get our health back here. So we're not using any flasks, at least, before we go into a boss. Might want to switch this to jump attacks, just because probably a low chance that we're going to be getting critical hits against the boss. It can happen. All right, what do we got? Oh, no. Oh, no. Erdtree Burial Watchdog. And it's a sorcery version. And it has 3 heads. No. Why? Oh my god. Okay. Black Flame. We're gonna try some Black Flame out here. Better. Can I charge it? Dude, the fucking 3 heads. Jesus Christ. Yeah. I could have gone for a fireball there. But we'll bait out another attack. That one doesn't take too much stamina. I won't charge that one just because it looked like you were going into some sort of a frenzy. Now I will charge it. Alrighty. Alright, seems like, so far, you got the same set of moves. Not popping anything new on us at the 50% mark. Doesn't seem like it, at least. And you don't hit super hard with that move, so I think we're going to be okay here. Just need to avoid the big old magic attack. And otherwise you are... uh-oh. Oh, you do have a fire attack as well. Lovely. Okay, so that we have that to look forward to. Huh. I thought I had the rhythm of that boss. I thought I knew the opening there. That is a flash drink. That is not how you activate an elevator. Goddamn. Another Erdtree Burial Watchdog, but this one is the, I was going to say the Cerberus version, except Cerberus only had 2 heads, right? No. Wait, Cerberus had 3 heads, didn't it? I'm not sure, but either way, this one has 3 heads, and it is... Also, it's not really a watchdog. It's not really a watchdog. It's much more of a watch kitty. And that's not really a thing, so... I would love to be able to just run past these guys. But I don't think it's... The game is not going to let me. Dang it. Burial Watchdog. We were doing perfectly fine. Perfectly fine against that enemy. We just need to not be a dingus at the very end. Let's put on some fire protection. We do have a spell that gives us magic protection, doesn't it? That would have been a good thing to equip. If we don't get it next try, we'll throw that on. But otherwise, I think we will stick with what we've got. And try to Black Flame for the win. And we keep farming Grave Violets, I suppose. So that's not the worst thing ever. Try to get our runes back here, though. Thankfully, they have put the runes right by the doorway. I thought I rolled. That one sneaks up on you. This one, I seem to remember you wanted to run away from, but actually it didn't have that much range. I felt like it had more range. Neat. Spamming the roll button. Spam that roll button. And maybe don't get greedy with charged fireballs. I rolled into that because this guy kind of swung around on me. That was supposed to be an attack instead of a second roll, but it's fine. I am out of magic. No, I need to fucking drink. What am I doing? Instinctively spamming R1 here. Alrighty, you're out of here. Out of my game, you wannabe watchdog. We got a Kaiden Sellsword Ashes. Okay, the Kaiden Sellsword dudes have their own set of ashes. That's cool. Also down on this row. Spirit of a mercenary belonging to a horse riding folk. Skillfully uses a massive blade made for dismounting other riders. Yeah, we know they wield the dismounter. And enhances his already considerable strength with war cries. The Sellswords of Kaiden made their prowess known on countless battlefields. All right, Burial Watchdog did manage to kill us once, but otherwise not too much of a headache. Much less of a headache, realistically, than just finding our way to the Watchdog. Holy shit. Finding our way to the end of the Cliffbottom Catacombs was not as easy as I was hoping. Spent far more time in that stupid catacombs than I would like to admit, but I think we are ready to move on with our lives now. I'll maybe quickly look around the area now that it is daylight, just to see if there's anything we might have missed, but otherwise we are moving back on to our exploration of Liurnia. Maybe we didn't all head down all the way here? No, we did. We got the loot down here at the end. Yo, what is that? Wait, why were we getting poisoned? Hello? Was that a poison effect? Did they throw something at us that I didn't realize? How are we getting poisoned? Okay, that's another mystery. Another unsolved mystery. The music is really creepy here. It's probably the battle music. The combat music. And I just haven't heard it enough yet in Liurnia. Okay. I still might have missed something down there, but we are moving on for now. We've gotten... The catacombs have been dealt with, and it is time to get back into action here. Let's take a look at our map. I guess there is a set of ruins here, and then we could keep heading north on the road. But I think it makes more sense to try to start heading into the swamp. I do like this idea of being able to, like, you know, move progressively south to north. Let's look around here one more time. There's a turtle over here. All right, we're going to get a little roast turtle. Because at some point, we're going to be crafting some green blossoms. Boy, do they take a lot of damage from the big black flame. We're going to need some turtleneck meat at some point. Even though I feel bad about hunting the turtles. Gotta do what you gotta do. It's a hard life out here. On the plains, in the lands between. Oh, there's a wolf up here. Okay. Oh, there's two of them. There are two of the alpha wolves hanging out up here. What kind of loot are you guys guarding? What in the world were you keeping watch over? Some beast blood. Okay. The very important beast blood. Being guarded by the dual alpha wolves. Is it really? Are they really alpha wolves if there's two of them, though? More wolves down here. I guess we'll take them out. And then we have our warring party down in the distance. I'm still getting used to, like, switching to two-handed, or switching to the bow. I should actually just drink this. Eventually these things will become naturally instinctive. Second nature. Get our flasks back, though. Yeah, I think we're not gonna head north just yet. I want to... They are giving us the ability to summon here. Maybe we can try out some of our new ashes, even though they're not powered up. But why don't we do that? Why don't we actually do that? I'm also noticing some more fossils over here. Are these the puppeteer guys? I think so. Are they actually fossilized versions, or were they just statues that were made of these guys? Okay, let's get a... Got some guys that are coming to attack us here. Let's quickly try to switch to a different summon. Let's get the cell sword. Dang it. Got the drop on me. Well, he didn't really get the drop on me. I didn't get enough distance before doing the summon. But it's fine. Okay, these are all like... What kind of type of enemies are these? I was gonna say apparition-style enemies. Is that what they are? Is this like the remains of the Rhea Lucaria, folks? They do so little damage. Whoa. Oh boy, there's a big boy. There's a big boy troll spirit. Oh my god. Fuck. I got distracted by the big troll who's also wearing a helmet. Excuse me? That's a cool fucking move. All right, the spirit trolls, they got some swag. They got some swag and they got some fucking... What is the spell that lets you... We probably read the spell before. The one that lets you... How did you not hit me? Those 3 swords that he was shooting as projectiles. Is that the Glintstone Pebble spell? Is that what that is? I'm out of juice. No, bro, dude, I'm trying to have a one-on-one here with. Okay, he actually killed that guy. That's cool. Serves you right for butting in. There we go. There we go. Come here. Come here. Nope. God damn it. There we go. Got him. That did not do as much damage as I was hoping, but it's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine here. Get him with the chip damage. Yes. The dot at the end coming in clutch, and it actually fully filled up our flasks. Very cool. Okay. So, a bit of runes there as well. Okay, wow. Damn, dude. So what's the deal with these, like, ghosts? Man. Apparitions. Foot soldier Talbert? Tabard? What is the deal? And why were they all fighting the Godric soldiers? A Lucerne. Did we get other stuff? There might be some items that I have missed this episode. I'll see them when I go to do the editing. Let's check out our Lucerne, though. I think this is not going to be too mind. We've seen Lucerne on many occasions. It's not going to be blowing our minds here with whatever description. This polearm features a hard, sharpened, beak-like spike attached to its head, designed to pierce armor. Though designed mainly as a thrusting weapon, its long handle can be utilized to get around an enemy's guard with a sideward sweeping attack. Charge forth is the skill. Cool, cool, cool. Golden Rune 6. Some nice loot that we're getting here. Some crystal darts. So we're getting the full slew of little throwing items here. This one does use FP to inflict magic damage. Long ago, it is said that a golem crafter employed a similar crystal tool. So maybe that's what these are. Golems, right? We saw the golems, the guardian golems that guarded the bridge to the Divine Tower. And I think that's what these are. These are just like much smaller versions. Puppet versions of the golems, but you also have these creepy ass motherfuckers over here. What the fuck is going on with them? What the hell is going on around here, man? Do I want to keep going this way? There might be like a site of grace Although they did just give us one right here. So I don't know. I don't know, man. What do I want to do? Maybe I will scout a little bit in this direction. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of a scout. Why did I swing that? What I was trying to do was, what I wanted to do was turn on my lantern. That's what I meant to do. Let's get the lantern on here. Give ourselves a little bit of extra light when we're going through the dark tunnels. I hear a scarab. Somewhere. Over in this direction. Pretty sure I hear a scarab. There it is. Excuse me? What? I did get some loot, but that scarab exploded on me. Excuse me? Bro. What is going on around here? Not cool. Not cool, man. I'm getting very turned around. Where the hell am I here? I just wanted a smithing stone, and you had to go and, like, blow up right in my face. Why you gotta do that to me? Okay, we have another kind of spirit here. This is not the same as the commoner that we've seen all along in the... This guy is more of the... We've seen a few of these guys that are kind of like the sorcerers. Trying to figure out what's going on with their crowns. But I feel like they're associated with Rhea Lucaria. Yeah, Rhea Lucaria, Hollowed Hall, dedicated to the study of magic. Why shut your doors to me? Am I barred from donning the crown of stone? Did we not... I think I was just reading this. I was going back through some of my item descriptions, and I did see this noble sorcerer ashes. Maybe this is this guy. Because it says, spirit of a nobleman who once asked to be given a place at Rhea Lucaria. His talents were insufficient to be worthy of donning the stone crown. However, and he is only capable of using the most rudimentary sorcery. Is that you? Are we that's interesting. Maybe there's more than one of these people that have been denied entry to Rhea Lucaria. a very low res. Ah, there it is. I was going to say a very low res model in the distance, but it did fill in a bunch of the texturing there as we were looking. Don't look at it. Anxious to get there at some point. We will get there in due time. All in due time. I think... Oh my god, is that a bear? There is a bear over here. How tough are you? Not that tough. Not as tough as a Breath of the Wild bear. At least not against a black flame. There is a site of grace here. I see it. That's kind of what I was hoping for. I was like, I just want to bank. If there is nearby a site of grace, we'll bank that. And then... Oh man, look at this. I immediately see that balloon in the distance. Boy, I mean, gosh, this game... The sense of wonder and awe whenever you're looking at a new area... I see something in the distance there in the fog. There looks like some sort of creature. Is that like a giant worm or something under the water? Dude, there's like antenna poking out. That is some sort of bug. I think. But then you've got these guys over here. So now they're floating on the balloons. They're hitching a ride on these little dinghies. I see a little... Oh yeah, there's bugs all over the place. Oh my gosh. Lovely! I can't wait to explore the swamp. Some dudes down here. You're not in the spot to be looking around. You need to get some higher ground to scout things out. All these buildings, though, that are kind of... that have sunk into the swamp. We did get a blurb about that, didn't we? The fact that this whole place is like being devoured by the lake. So you see this... Who knows? Maybe it was a city that was here, and now it's just in ruins. Goddamn. Okay, let's go back and do a little bit more exploration down in this direction and try to keep things... Let's not warp. We'll keep whatever we've killed dead for the moment. But we will make a beeline back in this direction. We'll save exploring this area. We'll more thoroughly explore this region later on. But because this is kind of part of... No, actually, never mind. This is heading off... Oh, look at this. Look at this. I had not seen this before. That's where we get the map for the rest of this. Liurnia West. Okay. Mark that so we don't forget. Cool. So that is... That's a further down the road objective. We want to stay focused here on the outskirts, I think. There's part of me that kind of wants to make a beeline for this, because I think this is like a minor Erd tree. And I'm curious to see what, like, crafted materials there would be in this area. Because don't we want to find, like, things like golden fireflies or something? So we can craft some gold pickled fowl feet or something? That might not... I might be misremembering. I can actually just check right now, can't I? Gold fireflies. Yeah, there it is. Found by minor Erd trees. That would be pretty cool if we could just craft these. We do have a lot of runes. It'd probably be a good idea to level up. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea. But we'll head back through here first. And just scour this area once more before we respawn everything. Check over here. Anything stashed over in the corner here? Just some mushrooms. Just nothing too crazy. Another ability to summon? Bro. That guy has some range. Holy shit. Okay, he's up in the tower. That dude is up in the tower up there. I was processing the fact that it was allowing us to do another summon. Another Ashes summon. So this guy up in the tower here, we'll mark that. We will save that for later. I do want to make my way up there. And I want to be making my way around here eventually. But they give us a site of grace here. Liurnia Highway north. Let's go. I want to go west from here. Let's focus our efforts in the ruins down here for now. So this is a 180 from where we're at. And we'll try not to get sniped to death by the frickin' caster up in the tower. See a group of enemies. Let's see if we can take them out. Maybe get some flasks back. Give me some health back. I noticed I wasn't quite full on health, especially after... Well, in particular, having to have dealt with that stupid sniper up here. So I needed a little bit of a top off. Okay, we've got several ruins to check out. Let's make our way in here. There is a statue of Marika and the ability to summon that has been granted. So why don't we try another summon? Yo, I didn't realize. I just now noticed this guy costs 88. And the Page Ashes is 81. Holy shit. Okay. And this is the non-powered up version. Do I want to use one of these that I haven't used before? Maybe we'll use the Noble Sorcerer. He's only 11. Let's switch over to him. And we'll see what he's all about. And then we will drink. Purified Ruins. Purified Ruins. The fact that there is a statue of Marika may not mean that there's a boss. May not necessarily mean anything. But it does make me wonder. It does make me wonder if we might be in for a little bit of a heavier duty encounter. Was that the sound? Who was the person saying, "Oh"? Was that my summon? Oh, there's a dog. Doggo snuck up on me. Cuckoo Glintstone. I think that's the thing that we can craft that we read earlier. Too bad we're not a magic build. I mean, we could probably still use it. It's just not going to be as strong as it otherwise could be. All right. Who's next? Who is next? Bring it on. God damn it. I thought that sound came from behind me. I thought that was behind me. So I flipped around. Nothing to be seen. Wait, this is one of the commoners. Why is this one ragdolling this, though it was like an enemy? We didn't kill him, did we? Did we already get everybody in here? I guess so. Okay. Nope. Missed you. Bring it on. I want my health back. Gimme, gimme. And that's all. Because we got our flasks back. And our summon went away. So cool. Alright. That was not as much... I thought that was going to extend over into... over here. That this would all be counted as... What was the name of the ruins? Already forgot. Another spirit down here, though. This one looks like the guy that gave us the grapes. Yeah, the guy that we've seen most of the time. And this one is bent over backwards, like the grapes. Come out, one and all, from the darkness underground, and let us offer unto the maiden our eyes. All right, we're still on about eyes, grapes. I had thought the maiden was Melina, but now I'm not so sure. Oh my god, it's actually a lobster. Dude. What the hell? I mean, I suppose it was a natural extension. If you're going to have giant crabs, you might as well have giant lobsters, because why the hell not? Why the actual hell not? So I'm wondering, though, if Melina is not the maiden that we're meant to give this to. But if not, I don't know who the hell we're supposed to give the eyes or the grapes to. All right, we killed these dudes. What else is over here? Oh my god, there is a transport. A warping. I don't know, what is this thing called, but we saw this on the bridge. Does it say where we're warping to? It just says examine. I don't remember how the other one worked. I think it gives you the choice when you examine it, but I'm not so sure. And I don't know that I want to take the chance that I'm going to get whisked away somewhere that I don't want to go at the moment. So we're going to keep clearing out this area before we worry about that. Thank you for running back into my fireball. Appreciate the help. Appreciate the thoughtfulness. There's loot over here. A mushroom. 5 mushrooms. Way better than just 1 mushroom. I don't think we can be sniped in this spot, so I think we're okay to explore up against the cliff wall. Some more crystal bud. Gotta love that crystal bud. Giant fucking lobsters. Looking forward to that. One more set of ruins, I think, to check out here. And I'm hoping there might be a site of grace stashed nearby. A site of grace, by any chance? Wondering if the giant lobsters have the same tricks that the crabs have, popping out of the ground. I'm waiting for some sort of ambush here. Things are quiet. Too quiet. And that lobster is patrolling awfully close for comfort. It's looking like there's nothing to find here, though. Surprisingly. Okay. Okay. I think that is where we are going to wrap up. Is this where we're going to wrap up, actually? Because we still have that little warping teleportation spot. But I also have 15,000 runes that I need to do something with. So we're going to continue to kind of peruse this area and just make sure that there is nothing too momentous that we have overlooked. Checking up here. Just a ruin fragment. Trying to remember if we have explored these particular ruins before, and I think we did. I think this was part of our initial... Yeah, I think we have checked this all out. So I want to say that this has been explored. So I think this is, in fact, where we are going to wrap up this installment of Elden Ring. I'm so glad that we did manage to bring that Cliffbottom... Yeah, here's the sword memorial, or whatever you want to call it. We did manage to get to the bottom, the actual bottom of the Cliffbottom Catacombs. That was going to be pretty annoying if I didn't figure that one out. And we have been finding all sorts of really crazy things. We've got spirits that know sorceries. Are these the... Maybe these are the Eventide. Is that what she meant by the Eventide? Is this the spirits of Rhea Lucaria that are fighting against Godric's forces that are trying to incur into the area? Who knows? We're still working on piecing all this together. Lots of spirits to talk to in this area. Lots of wonderful giant lobsters that are waiting for us in this lovely foggy swamp former civilization. And we have this thing, which we will not examine right this second, but we will be putting a marker on the map to explore for next time. We want to put a big old flag right there because we will be probably starting the episode with that next time. I just don't want to find out right now with 15k runes to see where that goes. But I can't wait to find out next time. Thank you all very much for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one.